Hello everyone, I am Teacher Dan. I hope you had seen me previously. Today I would like to present a lesson in writing, and we shall be looking at composition. This is suitable for learners of class 6, 7 and 8, most especially the candidates who will be sitting for their final examination. Let's start by defining what a composition is. The term composition is derived from the word compose. And to compose is to create by putting different things together. Now, when we talk about composition writing, we refer to the art of composing different ideas in order to come up with a certain discrete and sensible information. Now, to the learners who are watching, if you are asked to define composition, then you should say this, that composition is a piece of writing in which sentences are arranged into paragraphs in order to convey information. I am repeating, composition is a piece of writing in which sentences are arranged into paragraphs in order to convey information. Let me put that down so that you can write it. I said composition is a piece of writing in which sentences are arranged into paragraphs. Sentences are arranged into paragraphs in order to convey information. So, having said that, I want us to look at the different types of composition. We have different types of composition in different levels. When talking about the primary school level and more so the senior upper classes, that is the 6, 7 and 8, we have different types of composition. Number one, we have guided composition. So I'm talking about the types of composition. So, number one, I said we have guided composition. Number two, we have descriptive composition. Number three, we have narrative composition. Number four, we have pictorial composition. This is the composition that you write based on the pictures that are provided. You observe the picture, you make a clear follow-up, and then you write a composition. So the composition that is made from pictures or written from the pictures observed by the viewer is called pictorial composition. Some people may call it picture composition, which is still okay. Then number five, we have several writings. For example, the one that is commonly used by all and sundry is letter writing. We have letter writing. This one is very common because each one of us will or at one time had written a letter. Then the next writing we are talking about is speech writing. Speech writing as the next example of composition, or the next type of composition, that is speech writing. Then we shall be looking at minute writing. Another type of composition is called minute writing. Now, I shall explain some of these in details, but just for the viewers, minute writing, the term minute refers to a true record of what was discussed in a meeting. So when you're writing the minutes, you are actually writing the points that were discussed or deliberated on in a meeting. So that's called the minute writing. Then there is what is called recipe writing. Recipe writing, now this one is very advantageous to the learners who would be pursuing some careers in cookery. If you would like to be a chef, then you must be well conversant with writing of different recipes. Then we also have we also have, I have talked about speech writing, minute writing, recipe writing, then finally we can talk about filling a form. Filling a form. So these are just a few examples of compositions that are learned in primary school, most especially in the senior upper classes 6, 7, and 8. I would like to put more insight into the first one, guided composition. Let me put more insight into the first one, that is guided composition, because it's very common and it's likely to be set. It's likely to be set in the final examination. I'm not saying it's going to be set, but it's likely. There's that probability. So I would like to put a lot of emphasis on the first one, that's the guided composition. And I want to be very attentive, my viewers. I'm talking about the guided composition. Now, as the term goes, guided composition, this is a type of composition in which the learner has been given the guidelines and instructions on what to do. I am repeating that guided composition is a type of composition in which the learner has been given the guidelines and instructions on what to do. Let me put that down. So I say that this is a type of composition. This is a type of composition in which the learner has been given guidelines. The learner has been given guidelines and instructions on what to do. The learner has been given guidelines and instructions on what to do. Now, the guided composition is also called directed composition. Guided composition is also called directed composition. And I would like to say this, that we have different examples of guided composition. There are different examples of guided composition. The guided composition can be in 4 types. There are 4 types of guided composition. There are 4 types of guided composition. Number 1, we have got the started composition. Started composition. So I'm talking about types of guided composition. types of guided composition or examples of guided composition. Types of guided composition. Types of guided composition. And I'm saying that there are 4 types of guided composition. Number 1, we have the started composition. The started composition. Now, started composition is a kind of composition in which the learner has been given the beginning of the story. And it is imperative that the learner complete the story in the most interesting way possible. Now, this started composition is also called the topic sentence at the beginning. Started composition is also called topic sentence at the beginning. It's also called topic sentence at the beginning. It's also called topic sentence at the beginning. It's also called topic sentence at the beginning. Then another example, I'll explain this in details, but let me finish all the types of guided composition. Number 2, we have got the ended composition. Ended composition. Now, ended composition, just as the name suggests, this is a kind of composition in which the ending has been provided. The ending of a composition has been provided. And it is vital for the learner to end this composition with the ending provided. Learners always commit a very common mistake. Most learners always fail to complete this sentence with the ending given. So, as a serious candidate, as a serious learner, ensure that whenever you have been given an ended composition, finish or end the composition with the ending that has been provided. Another example of guided composition is what is called the proverb. This is where the learner is given a proverb to write about. The learner is given a proverb to write about. And remember, we have proverbs and then we have sayings. There are proverbs and there are sayings. They should not be confused. Learners, do not confuse proverbs and sayings. Now, I would like to say this, that proverbs, these are some wise sentiments that have been there from time immemorial. We found the proverbs. They were made by some wise people who must have lived long time ago. And they are very educative. So the proverbs are the same in every part of the world. Examples of proverbs, we can talk about hurry, hurry has no blessing, better late than never, slow but sure like the tortoise, a stitch in time saves 9, once beaten, twice shy, and so on and so forth. So those are examples of proverbs. Then we have sayings. There are sayings. Now, sayings are some wise opinions that have been given by some prominent people in the society. If I may quote a little bit of some sayings, for instance, in our country, Kenya, there is the youngest female actress from Kisumu County. In fact, her father is the current governor of Kisumu County. The actress is called Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's known by almost everyone. Now, when she won the Oscar Award prize of the best actress in the world, she said this, that no matter where you come from, no matter where you come from, your dreams are valid. No matter where you come from, your dreams are valid. So that one is a saying. It is just a wise sentiment that has been given by a prominent person. The former president of the Republic of the United States of America, Barack Obama, who also has roots in our country, Kenya, always said that yes, we can. Yes, we can. That one is a saying and not a proverb. Then, In Africa here, we have got the richest man in Africa, the richest magnate or business mogul from Nigeria by the name Aliko Dangote. He once said this, that we neither face east nor west, we face forward. So that one is a saying, not a proverb. Personally, I have my saying. I always say this to my students, that discipline is paramount, and without discipline, you are a nobody. Anyway, I'm not a prominent person. So learners should not confuse between proverbs and sayings. Then finally, the last type of guided composition is a type of composition or a type of guided composition where the heading has been provided. Heading has been provided for the learner. And this one is always in lower or middle primary school, middle upper primary school, that is class 4 and 5. The learner is given a heading to write about. For instance, in grade 4 in standard form, the learner can be told to write about my family, my best food, my best teacher, my school, my neighbor, my mother. So all those are examples of headings. And I say that this type of composition is always in middle upper primary, that is in class 4 and 5. So when you come to class 5 or grade 5, a learner can be told to write composition about the following heading: a journey to Nairobi, a journey to Nairobi, or a school trip. Or the learner can be told to write about fire, fire in the school or fire near our house. So those are headings that have been given for the learner to write about. And I say that this one is mostly in class 5, 4, and 5. Now, let me go back to the first thing, that is the started composition, also called the topic sentence at the beginning. I would like to explain this to the learners. Now, in the started composition, a learner can be given a beginning of a composition and then told to write and complete it. For instance, the learner can be told like this: below is the beginning of a composition. Complete it, making it as interesting as possible. Example: I woke up early in the morning feeling a little bit dizzy. I went to the bathroom. Then we have the 3 dots. Then the learner is told, complete the composition, making it as interesting as possible. Let me write what I said, that example of started composition. I woke up early in the morning. I woke up early in the morning. Feeling a little bit dizzy. The whiteboard is a bit slippery, so the handwriting may not be as expected. Feeling a little bit dizzy, comma, or full stop. I rushed to the bathroom. 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 Then we have the 3 dots. Then the learner is told to complete the composition, making it as interesting as possible. Now, these 3 dots are called ellipses. The 3 dots are called ellipses. The 3 dots are called ellipses. Now, when writing this composition, first of all, I want you to know this, student, that if you've been given this composition to continue writing, please start from here. Attack this composition from here, exactly where the dot is. Most students leave the dots and then begin the composition on the next line. That is a mistake. Begin the composition here. If you feel that the sentence is complete, then make the first dot be very bold, so that it shows that the sentence is complete, so that when you begin a new sentence, you start from the other one. But if the sentence sounds incomplete, or you think that the sentence is incomplete, then begin your composition right from here. I hope that is well understood. If at all you want to write the heading for this composition, and then you find that the point where the instruction ended and the point where the composition has been started, there is no space for you to write the heading, then write the heading below it, then rewrite that beginning which has been given after writing the heading. Now, this one, I woke up early in the morning feeling a little bit dizzy. I rushed to the bathroom. Now, this opening sentence or opening statement given, is called rubric. The opening statement given for the learner to write about is called the rubric. This is the question that the learner should answer, and therefore it is very important that the learner understands the rubric very keenly. Now, we as the teachers of English found out that our students find it so hard to tackle this kind of composition. And therefore, we came up with the simplest way of assisting our students, most of the standard 8 candidates, to tackle the started composition. We came up with an acronym called CAPTET. CAPTET acronym. We have the CAPTET acronym that can help the learner to actually break this down into a simpler way and be able to write a very, very interesting composition. So we have the CAPTET acronym. CAPTET. I want to know this, students, that the letter C here stands for character or characters. These are the people involved in the story. Then we have the action. Action refers to what the character is doing. The verbs, the doing words. What is the character doing? Then P is the place. Where is the character doing the action? Then the first T is time. When is the character doing the action? Then E, emotion. How was the character feeling when he was doing the action? Then this is the theme. Theme will actually help the learner to get the heading or the title of the composition. What is this all about? The whole composition is all about which aspect? What is the whole composition about? That is the theme. Now, I want us to break down our rubric on the board using the CAPTET acronym. I woke up early in the morning feeling a little dizzy. I rushed to the bathroom. Then we have the ellipses, the 3 dots to be completed. Okay, now, who are the characters here? As far as I can see, we only have one character, and that is I. So the character here is I. Then action. What did I do? I woke. So the first action is woke. That is the action, the doing word, the verb. I woke up early in the morning. Okay? Feeling. That one is another action. Feeling. Okay? I'm feeling a little dizzy. I rushed. There's also the one rushed. Rush. So we have 3 actions: woke, feeling, rushed. Okay? Then place. Now, look at this. I woke up. Remember, this one is a student who has woken up. And listen, students, I want to take note of this. That the student is probably in 3 environments. The student is at school, the student is at home, or the student is on the way to school or on the way home. So there's no way a student can say that I woke up in the aeroplane going to America, or I woke up in the moon. That is not possible. So the place here is probably home, or you can talk about the house, or when the learner is in a boarding school, the learner woke up in school. So that's the place. Then time. When do people wake up? When can a student wake up? Is any time in the morning. we expect a student to wake up in the morning. So we can talk of any time in the morning. Then emotion, the feeling. How are you feeling when you woke up? I woke up feeling dizzy. So emotion, that's the feeling dizzy, okay? You're not jovial, okay? Then the theme. What do you intend to write about? What do you intend to write about as a student? What do you intend to write about as a candidate? Let me say that you want to write about a very important day. A very important day. So let me say you want to write about a red letter day. Red letter day, or you want to write about an unexpected tragedy. Unexpected tragedy. Like an accident. And so on and so forth. Now, let me also explain something about this, my viewers, that a red letter day has been perceived the wrong way by learners. Most learners think that a red letter day, because of the term red, is a bad day. No, a red letter day is a very important day or a good day. So when talking about a red letter day, please talk about a good day or an important day like prize giving day or a wedding day, but don't talk about a day you were involved in an accident. That is not a red letter day. So take note of that a red letter day is an important day, but not a bad day. So we have analyzed our rubric using the CAPTED acronym. Now, once you do this, it will be so easier for you to now write a plan of your composition. A plan of your composition. Let me explain something on this. Budgeting of composition time. Budgeting of composition time. How do you budget the 40 minutes? How is the student budgeting the 40 minutes of composition? Now, composition is written in 40 minutes, and composition is awarded 40 marks. So, if you may relate it directly, you could say that 1 minute is 1 mark. And therefore, it is very, very imperative that the learner plans the work in a very smart, logical, and related manner, so that when he or she starts writing, he or she does not waste any time thinking of what to write. Now, this is a common mistake by most of the learners, and I want to avoid it. Some learners, once the supervisor or the invigilator has provided them with the papers, they start writing immediately without writing a plan of the work. So you find that the student will write the first composition, the first paragraph very fast. Then after that, he runs out of what to write. Then the student will not be wasting time looking at the roof, thinking of what to write, looking at the supervisor, thinking of what to write, looking at the invigilators, looking at the other students. As he does this, time waits for no man. Time will be moving on. And as a result, or consequently, the 40 minutes will be exhausted before the learner finishes the composition. So it is very important that the learner budgets the 40 minutes appropriately. And this is how I want to do it. Take the first 5 minutes to plan your work. 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes is for writing the plan or outline of the composition. Take the first 5 minutes to write the plan or outline of the composition. Yes? Yes. Okay. How many minutes are left? I hope you know. We still have 35 minutes. Once you have written the plan, now in the plan, that is where now you involve the CAPTED acronym. The CAPTED acronym must be written in 5 minutes together with the short points. After writing the CAPTED, write around 10 short points, in which one short point is going to be 1 paragraph. Remember, a good composition should have at least 10 paragraphs, where the first and the last paragraphs are very, very important. The first paragraph is the beginning, and it must be very catchy. It must attract the attention of the learner. And then the last paragraph must also relieve the tension of the not the learner, but the reader. I'm saying that the first paragraph should catch the attention of the reader, the teacher who's reading your composition. And therefore, it must be very, very involving. Then the last paragraph should also relax or relieve the tension of the who? Of the reader. So it must also be very, very important. So, planning of the work together with the captet is done in 5 minutes. Once you have planned your work, now write 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes to write. Take 30 minutes to write the composition ceaselessly. 30 minutes for writing ceaselessly. Once you know what to write about, take the 30 minutes and write ceaselessly without stopping. Then finally, you have 5 minutes left. After writing for the 30 minutes, remember you have 5 minutes left. Now, the 5 minutes left are for what is called proofreading. Take the last 5 minutes for proofreading. Proofreading. Why should the learner proofread his or her work? Number 1 is to correct spelling mistake. Number 2 is to correct repeated words. Number 3, to correct omitted words. Then number 4, to check on some punctuation. So proofreading, importance of proofreading. Number 1, to correct spelling mistakes. To correct spelling mistakes. Number 2, to correct the omission of words. There are some words that you must have omitted. Okay? You thought you wrote them, but you didn't. Omission of words. Number 3, we have correction of repetition of words. Correct the repetition of words. Words that you repeated. Repetition of words. Repetition of words. Then finally, it is important to proofread so that you can also check on some punctuations. Maybe you thought you placed a comma or a full stop, but actually you didn't. So when you budget your time properly, you will find out that you have managed your time properly. Now, if I were to continue with that composition, the first paragraph, I would say, I woke up early in the morning feeling a little bit dizzy. I rushed to the bathroom and took a lukewarm shower that left me as fresh as a daisy, was as cool as a cucumber. After that, I went to the dining room where I found that my mother had prepared a mouth-watering breakfast or a finger-licking breakfast. Now I'm giving you some work. Complete that composition in your own words. Thank you for your time and have a blessed time. I'm done.